You walk into your doctor's office expecting reassurance, a quick checkup, maybe a few scans, just to be safe. But what follows isn't peace of mind. It's a maze of tests, confusing results, and treatments you never expected. Suddenly, you're not living for health. You're fighting for clarity in a system that sees every shadow as a threat. Here's what they don't often tell you. Not all checkups are harmless. Especially as we age, some of the most common medical tests, once considered life-saving, can begin to do more harm than good. For seniors over 70, a simple scan can trigger a chain reaction of stress, invasive procedures, even surgeries, for issues that might have never caused a single symptom. This isn't about fear. It's about facts. It's about wisdom. It's about knowing when to say yes and when to say no. In today's video, we're peeling back the curtain on 5 medical screenings that many seniors are better off skipping. Tests that well-meaning doctors still recommend, but that newer research and first-hand stories are starting to question. So if you or someone you love is over 70 and you want more clarity, more confidence, and a better path to real wellness, stay with me, because the truth might surprise you, and it just might save your peace of mind. There comes a point in aging when the very tools that once protected us begin to carry hidden risks. Colonoscopies, often praised as the gold standard for cancer prevention, are one such tool. For decades, this test has been promoted as essential, but after the age of 70, the conversation shifts, quietly but significantly. For healthy adults with no symptoms and a clean history, colonoscopies may offer more danger than benefit. The process itself is intense. A full bowel cleanse, harsh laxatives, fasting, and sedation, all of which place heavy stress on an aging body. Seniors are more prone to dehydration, electrolyte imbalance, and disorientation from sedatives, which can linger in the system longer and increase the risk of confusion or dangerous falls. But it doesn't stop there. Many times, these procedures uncover small, slow-growing polyps that may never have turned cancerous within a senior's remaining lifespan. Still, once something is found, it often leads to further tests, biopsies, or surgeries. What began as just a checkup spirals into months of appointments, fear, and physical strain. The hard truth is, for someone in their 70s or 80s, prevention needs to be smarter, not just louder. Experts now advise considering non-invasive alternatives like fecal immunochemical tests, FIT, which are gentler and still effective for many seniors. Because at this stage of life, good health isn't just about detecting disease. It's about preserving strength, peace, and independence. You're not neglecting your body by asking hard questions. You're protecting it with wisdom. It begins with a promise. See everything, catch anything. A full body scan, head to toe, no stone unturned. For many seniors, it sounds like the ultimate gift, peace of mind wrapped in technology. But behind that polished machine lies a quiet danger, a storm disguised as safety. You lie still as the scanner hums, thinking you're doing the right thing. But when the results come in, they don't bring relief. They bring shadows, tiny nodules, mysterious spots, and vague words like lesion or abnormality. The doctors say, it's probably nothing, but let's investigate. And just like that, you're on the carousel of medicine. Appointments multiply, biopsies follow, specialists are called. Each test comes with its own risks: bleeding, infection, anxiety. And the worst part? Most of these findings are benign, harmless, the kind of things that naturally show up in an aging body but would have never caused pain, illness, or concern until the scan found them. For seniors over 70, full-body imaging often does more than detect. It disrupts. It shifts your focus from living to waiting, waiting for results, for follow-ups, for phone calls that whisper uncertainty. And in chasing answers to questions that didn't need asking, you lose precious time, energy, and peace. Doctors are beginning to speak out. Medical boards are raising caution because they've seen the pattern. Seniors who walked in feeling fine, but walked out down a path of fear. So before you step into that scanner, ask, do I feel well? Am I chasing health or running from fear? Because sometimes the smartest scan is the one you skip. Not every journey begins with a warning, but some end with a hospital bed, even when there was no sign of trouble. You walk into your doctor's office feeling fine. No chest pain, no shortness of breath, no fatigue. Just a regular checkup. Then, with a concerned tone, they say, "Let's do a treadmill test just to be sure." It sounds harmless, but for seniors over 70, this seemingly routine cardiac stress test can quietly turn into a cascade of chaos. The test itself isn't dangerous. It's what comes after that often causes harm. These machines are built to catch the slightest irregularity in your heartbeat, but they don't always know the difference between age-related changes and actual disease. So they flag something suspicious. That suspicious finding leads to more tests, an angiogram, maybe a catheter, possibly even a stent, all for a heart that was never in trouble to begin with. And those follow-ups, they're not minor. They can mean bleeding, infection, kidney damage from contrast dyes, or long recovery times that rob you of independence. That's why top cardiologists are now urging caution. The new wisdom is clear. If you have no symptoms, there's no need for the treadmill. Your heart story isn't told through wires and machines. It's told by how you feel when you walk, breathe, and live your life. Because after 70, protecting your health isn't about chasing problems. It's about preserving strength, simplicity, and peace. And sometimes saying no to a test is the wisest form of self-care. You walk out of the clinic with relief. The colonoscopy was clear. No polyps, no signs of concern. But just a few years later, your doctor says, "Let's do another, just to be safe." And suddenly, you're back in the loop, again preparing, again sedated, again taking risk your body may no longer tolerate. This is the hidden trap many seniors fall into. The illusion that more tests mean more safety, that clean results are just a pause, not a finish line. But past the age of 70, and especially after multiple normal results, that next colonoscopy may offer far less protection and far more harm. Each round carries real risks: dehydration from bowel prep, electrolyte imbalances, anesthesia side effects, and even colon perforation. The older you are, the more fragile your system becomes, and the longer it takes to bounce back. Worse, some tests uncover tiny polyps or abnormalities that pose no actual danger, but lead to unnecessary follow-up surgeries, hospital stays, and a spiral of stress that steals your time and peace. Medical guidelines now recognize this. Many experts agree that after a certain age, with a clean history and no symptoms, continued screening offers diminishing returns. The real wisdom lies not in chasing problems that don't exist, but in honoring the body's stage of life. Because good health in your 70s and beyond isn't about endless scanning. It's about thoughtful care, informed decisions, and the courage to say, "Enough, I'm choosing quality, not fear." In today's world of advanced medical technology, we've entered an era where every tiny shadow, every mild irregularity, and every harmless quirk of aging can be labeled a problem. It sounds like progress until you're the one caught in the web of overdiagnosis. And for seniors over 70, that web can quietly steal more than it saves. Doctors find things now they never could decades ago. small nodules, slow-growing polyps, harmless heart murmurs. Most of these would never cause symptoms or affect your lifespan. But once they're found, the journey begins. More tests, more appointments, maybe even surgery, all in the name of safety. But for many elders, it doesn't feel safe. It feels overwhelming. This is the hidden cost of modern medicine. Fear in disguise. It turns health into hypervigilance. It replaces peace with panic. It makes every scan feel like a countdown. But the truth is, many of these findings are part of normal aging, not danger signals. The wisdom is in knowing which ones to watch and which ones to ignore. It's time to stop chasing perfect health and start embracing balanced care. The kind that respects your age, your stage of life, and your right to choose calm over chaos. Because your 70s, 80s, and beyond shouldn't be lived in waiting rooms. They should be lived in sunlight, in laughter, and in deep trust with your body. Sometimes, the bravest thing a senior can say is, "I'm okay." Let's not go looking for trouble that isn't there. So here we are, standing at the edge of what medicine tells us we should do, and what wisdom now teaches us we could do differently. Growing older doesn't mean giving up on health. It means redefining it. After 70, true wellness isn't about finding problems before they exist. It's about protecting your peace, preserving your independence, and living with intention. It's about asking better questions. Does this test help me feel stronger? Or does it lead me into fear, stress, and unnecessary treatment? You've earned the right to choose carefully, to say no when it feels right, to trust your lived experience more than the next machine or chart. Because real care listens to your body, your values, and your time left on this earth. Let go of the pressure to catch everything. Not every scan adds years to your life, but each calm decision you make can add life to your years. If this video helped you see your health in a new light, leave a comment below. Share what resonated most, and if you faced one of these tests before, your story could guide someone else toward a better choice. Please like this video if it opened your eyes, and subscribe if you want more real, empowering content for elders who want to live well on their terms. This isn't the end of the conversation. It's the beginning of a new kind of care, one guided by wisdom, not fear, by clarity, not chaos, and by the quiet strength of saying, "I choose what's right for me." Thanks for watching. Stay well, stay wise, and we'll see you in the next video.